Hey everybody, the crew from Mercedes-Benz of Draper here. We're inside a beautiful 2018 Mercedes-Benz E400. Now the 400 is a V6 twin turbo. It's the coupe or coupe, chicken coupe, whatever people out there like to call it. I know I get all kinds of comments if it's a chicken coupe or a coupe or a coupe. Basically, it's got two doors, you can drive it, and it's amazing. I love the vehicle. The seats are very comfortable. One of my very favorite cars is the E-Class coupe. Now, of course, we get all-wheel drive in the vehicle. This is available at the dealership. It's slightly pre-owned, 14,000 miles on the car. Beautiful high definition screens up front here. A nice big panel to be exact. Great pickup. Of course, we've got the dynamic select button here that I can choose between Eco. Of course, Eco is going to be the best fuel mileage on a road trip. We've got Eco, Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, and individual modes. Individual is basically a combination of the other four. And so we can, adjust the steering wheel if we want some, more of a sporty feedback, a little stiffer steering, etc. I could go to sport or comfort as far as the way the RPMs and the shifting happen. If I want more of a conservative shifting, then I can leave it in comfort. The default will be comfort. This has beautiful ash wood. It's a flat natural grain ash in a dark black color. It's beautiful. Of course, everything is laser cut in the car, and so it just fits perfect. Everything's fit and finish is fantastic. As I move anything from air vents to the capacitive sensors and controls on the steering wheel, everything feels really good. It's got a nice, solid, very quality feel to it. It doesn't feel plasticky. It's just got nice feedback through your fingertips, etc. I love the touchpad. I've loved how Mercedes uses the command controller here, which is like a little joystick, or we have a little touchpad here. In the past, because basically what I'm doing is I'm looking at the screen, I'm using my peripheral vision, and I'm using this command controller. I'm not having to reach to push buttons or touch the screen. I'm not having to take the ball in my finger and make contact with an icon, which takes my eyes off of the road. So I love that. I think it's safer. I'm gonna pull in here for just a second, and we'll get you some shots of the interior. Of course, this car is in nearly brand new condition, so it's it doesn't have a lot of wear and tear and things like that. It's a beautiful iridium silver. We've got the high-end audios, Burmester audio, surround sound, etc. I don't know if you'll be able to see this here, but we've got a nice panel roof here in the coupe. Seating for four. In the rear center console, we have some cup holders. Absolutely love the screen. You can see our mileage at 14,176. And these are the capacitive sensors that I was talking about. Right here, it's just a touch, and I can just swipe it. And then if I wanted to select, things, I can actually just, push a button. I can go back here to my home button, and then up here I can select different things that I might want to see, including, for example, navigation. It's going to give me a compass there, and I can go back to home. I can look at my radio stations, media phone. This is pretty fun too. I can go here and I can select a different displays and things that I might want to see up here in these different configurations. Heads-up display on the vehicle. I can set the brightness and position of that as well. I love the again, like I said, the swooping lines through here as things connect, and nice aluminum trim pieces. And right up here, like I said, when I'm moving, even the vents, it's got nice feedback. It feels very nice. And not cheap feeling. We've got a nice wrapped dashboard with a nice top stitch. Beautiful car. We'll grab a couple of shots on the way out here and let you look at the exterior. We'll come down to take this for a drive, or any of our fine products here at the dealership for a test drive. I'm going to pop out so you can look at the condition of the seat, etc.
we're back in the vehicle. We're going to continue our test drive, go down the road, and I'll give you my point of view on how the overall quality and feel of the car is.
You know, there's a lot of things about this car that are special. I mean, E-Classes, really, actually, if you talk to my used car manager and you say, hey, out of all the vehicles that come into our dealership, which vehicles need the least amount of reconditioning before they get back on back on the lot and sold again? And he'll tell you every time that it's an E-Class. So it's a very dependable, reliable vehicle. It's well known. If you've owned a Mercedes-Benz or whatever, I mean, they've been around forever. You know, they're used as taxi cabs all over the world. They're great cars. I love the fact that the coupe gives us a lot of room. It's not like in the past where coupes or cabriolets, etc., were built on the C-Class chassis. So when we get in the car, it's built on that same four-door chassis, so it feels a lot bigger. What do you think?
I agree. Yes.
What do you think about the high-resolution graphics?
They're amazing.
Yeah. You don't find it distracting or anything? You're just kind of thinking, you know, and that's the thing that I really like about it is a lot of cars, when you actually look at a lot of the graphics, they're chunky or whatever, and to me it's almost like a distraction. But this is just almost like just, you know, form and function just built right into the dashboard. I really think it's a great look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the big one screen. You don't have to stare into the dashboard trying to figure out what speed you're going. It's very clear.
Right.
Less distraction from the road, safer.
I love also when you're looking out the window and you see those power bulges out on the hood, and it just feels muscular. Yeah, I think they did a really good job. Even all the lines here as they kind of swoop down, it just gives you, even when you're just sitting here, we're not even moving, you get this feeling that the car is in motion.
Yeah. While also providing the best visibilities, no matter where you look. Blind spots are limited.
Right. Another really cool thing about this car, and if you're after an coupe and in a pre-owned vehicle, this one is very well equipped. We've got an adaptive cruise control, so it's Distronic. It actually has steering assist too as part of that. We've got blind spot monitoring and all those goodies. And of course, a lot of this technology has been on Mercedes for a very, very long time. I remember the old SLs having that adaptive cruise control and things that you're just finding common now in so many in cars. The cool thing about Mercedes, the only car company I know that goes out to crash sites in Germany, whether that's in an Audi, BMW, etc. And if there's been a fatality or a fatal accident, their engineers go out and they say, hey, how can we have prevented this fatality? And Mercedes has over 100,000 patents. Pretty cool. They're licensing that technology off to other companies. And too, I mean, if I did a search right now on who has the patent on the very first automobile, it's Carl Benz. And so that's a lot of fun when you own a Mercedes-Benz, to be part of that first car company and all the great history with the brand. Really nice. I get to drive a lot of cars. We both get to drive a lot of cars in being part of the dealership, different brands. And the thing that you notice right away is how sharp the car will turn around in its own length, basically, and then also how fast it'll stop without pulling one way or the other. Yeah, the acceleration, fantastic. You love that part, don't you?
Has the speedometer, has the speed limit on it, showing
what the road speed limit assist. Yes, that's pretty cool.
Keep you on track, make sure you don't get a ticket, and keep you safe.
Well, we're pulling back into the dealership, and it's been fun to show off this car today. Give us a call, come down and drive this car, or come down and drive any of the fine products that we have here at the dealership. You'll find that we've got a great selection of all sorts of cars, different brands. We sell a lot of used cars as well as a lot of AMG cars. We are an AMG center. And just really great cars like this pre-owned E400. Lots of power, all the amenities that you would want, and all the funness of a coupe.